Hey guys, how are you doing? Evylyn here and welcome to another video. So guys, today we're going to be talking about the 5.4 PTR patch notes that a lot of people have probably viewed by now. So guys, we're going to be going over the things that I feel how it's going to affect warriors, and I'd like your guys' opinions on what you think I think about them and how we can come to a better conclusion. So guys, before we get into that though, I wanted to announce last week's competition winner, and the winner should be on the screen right now. And all you have to do to claim that prize is send me a YouTube message with your email and your nationality. Also, we're going to have next week, we're going to have a new prize, and the prize should be on the screen right now. And all you have to do to win that prize is like the video, leave a comment, as we're going to be choosing a winner from the comments, and make sure you're subscribed, as only subscribers can win. Okay, so guys, we're going to get into the general changes that have been done to warriors as a general. This one it says general, but it's actually just protection warriors, and they're changing enrage. Enrage is now going to activate from critical hits from devastate and shield slam, which basically means that warriors as protection are going to do a little bit more damage than they were on devastate, but since they nerf shield slam, they're probably not going to do as much damage. But that being said, they're going to do a little bit more damage as regards to what they were before. Now you could also glyph for the enrage, which is going to make you run a little bit faster. Maybe good for flag carrying, but since they kind of nerfed flag carriers, it's probably not the best idea. Next change they gave us was intimidating shout. They changed the yard range on intimidating shout. Intimidating shout is now a 0 yard range instead of 8 yards. Now I just say somewhere on the actual tooltip that I show on the screen that it says 8 yard range. I find that funny. Maybe it's a misprint on Blizzard's part, but at the same time it basically, if you scroll over tooltip on the actual notes, it says 0 yards. So that just basically means that warriors, when they charge 2 targets, chances are they're probably only going to hit the one they charge, which is pretty bad for warriors in general. It just means that warriors' fear is only going to be generally 1 target unless two targets are beside you. Now I hope they don't make this change. It's a pretty bad change to warriors. Warriors only have 1 CC in the first place, which is fair, and they're nerfing that, which isn't really a good thing for us in arena especially. But it's still okay, I suppose, in a way. It depends on how you use it. I mean, I use it personally for trying to catch up to targets, etc. And I know a lot of you guys probably do too. And it's going to be a little bit bad for us warriors. But however, that being said, they're now changing shattering throw. Shattering throw is no longer going to cost any rage. This generally means that half the time when warriors are like trying to get the shattering throw off and their rage is gone, I know personally this has happened to me quite a lot, where shattering throw is like no rage. But now you no longer have to worry about that, guys. In 5.4 you're going to be able to use shattering throw at ease whenever you want. No fear of not being able to use it. I know it's going to be a good thing for a lot of warriors. Okay, so next up we have the talents, guys. Talents we're going to change is basically Blade Storm is now on a 60-second CD, which generally means that basically warriors are going to be a lot more viable as arms in RBGs. We now have Whirlwind on a 20 rage cost, which is pretty good. We have increased damage from Thunderclap, which is also good, and now we have a 60-second Blade Storm, which means every minute we could combine that even with Bloodbath, which would be really nice. I think every minute we could pump out some really nice bursts with Trinket, Bloodbath, and the other stuff like you have going, which I think would be very viable in RBGs as an arms warrior, which you might see a lot more arms warriors appear in 5.4. Anyways guys, the next change is going to be enrage regeneration. They're now changing it from 5% to heal and 5% over time to 10% heal and 10% over time, which basically means that if you use enrage regeneration you're going to heal for 20%, and if you're enraged while you use enrage regeneration, that means you're going to heal 20% instantly and 20% over time, making it 40% in total, which is actually a lot more than it used to be in Cataclysm, which I feel is actually a really strong change, and a lot of warriors are going to probably consider going this for, especially for arena, because it's on a 1 minute CD and it's basically 40% of your health. I think this will be about to change. I'm not too sure yet. I'll have to really test it, I guess, between using second wind and enrage regeneration. But the thing is, I feel personally this might be good depending on what comp you're running. Let's say you're running Disc Priest, I guess would be better, because half the time you're not going to be using second wind because of the bubbles you're going to be getting and stuff like that. But I don't know, we'll test it out, we'll see how we go in 5.4. Impending Victory has now been changed. It now hits with 30% of your maximum health. I still think this is not going to be a huge change because I think it's either going to be second wind or rage regeneration. Impending Victory might be good for PvE, but not for PvP. PvP, it's still going to be second wind or rage regeneration. One of the two. Let's see how it goes. Stormbolt has been changed. It still pretty much does everything it does at the moment. For any target that's immune to stuns, it's now going to do 500% weapon damage. This is actually a really good change, especially to PvE. Do a lot more damage. But half the time you may even want to lock out the stuns on purpose. Maybe go for shockwave and then charge and then shockwave again, and then your Stormbolt gets some extra damage in there. We'll see how that works. I'm not too sure on 5.4, but we'll see how it goes. The next change is going to be to Vigilance. Now this is a little bit tricky. It might work in PvP, I'm not too sure. Vigilance now no longer transfers all the damage taken to the warrior. Instead, now it just reduces the damage the target takes by an extra 30%. Now this lasts for 12 seconds and it can be quite good. I'm not too sure whether Safeguard will be better. The thing is, it's on a 2-minute CD, so I don't think, in a sense, every 30 seconds 20% or every 2 minutes 30%. I personally think Safeguard is still going to be the better option here because of the fact that Safeguard also removes you from roots and snares and intercepts the next attack you take from the target. Warbringer is going to be changed a bit. Warbringer no longer knocks the target down to the ground and stuns them. It now knocks and pins the target to the ground, which doesn't actually stun them anymore. Instead it just makes them rooted, as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Pins could be anything, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a root though, because pins usually mean something like that, and that generally means that warriors are going to have 2 roots if they spec for Warbringer. And then you can use Warbringer, which will put the target in a root, which will slow the target. You can then use Staggering Shout afterwards because it'll still be slowed, and put them in another root. Just hoping it doesn't DR. If it doesn't DR, it can be quite good actually. We'll see how that goes, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to DR, but who knows. The next change is going to be to arms. Slam is now going to do an extra 10% more damage with targets affected by Colossus Smash. This basically means that warriors are going to do a hell of a lot more damage next patch, specifically because if you look at the patch notes, a lot of target classes are going to be losing their extra damage reduced buffs. I mean, Shadow Priests, Warlocks, Boomkins, every class that has a damage reduced is losing it kind of. I mean, Hunters are going down from 15% to 10% on aspect of the Iron Hawk, stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes, but every class is going to be taken, apart from Death Knights. I think Death Knights and Warriors that won't really affect. Basically, you're going to see Warriors hit a hell of a lot harder because more classes are taking more damage, and Arms Warriors are hitting 10% harder, which I think is going to be a really good change to Warriors, because when you're bursting on a target, 10% damage is going to be quite hefty, and it's going to take down a target. So you can think of it as 10% damage, but I think it's more like 20-25% more damage on Slam, because classes are going to be taking an extra 10-15% more damage. So Slam is going to be hitting like a truck next round. Let's see how it goes in 5.4 with Slam. I think Warriors are on the rise back again in 5.4. But yeah, let's get on with the next one. Fury, this is really a cosmetic change, because most people like, or maybe it's the return of the pole arms or strength, I don't know. But Titan's Grip Furies can now use works with pole arms, which I think is really cool. We'll see how that goes. Maybe do a pole arm Fury next round. Let's see how that goes. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it won't, but we'll see how it goes anyways. But yeah, the next change is going to be to glyphs, and they're changing major glyphs, which would be Blitz. Blitz is now changed. No longer when you charge it won't stun and snare the target. Instead it will only do the stuns, which means it won't spread your snares to other targets, which I think is a sad thing. What can you do? You can, however, still cleave 2 targets with hindering strikes and still root the 2 of them with Staggering Shout, but we'll see how it goes. All in all, I think warriors have a strong standing at 5.4. The fair nerf is going to be a little dodgy, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, generally most of the time warriors use that for stunning or fairing one target, but it just means that warriors are going to have to be a little bit more cautious about using fair. We're going to be more a damage machine more than we even were before, because they're just nerfing one CD from us, which just means that warriors are like all pure damage and less CCs. But it's focus storm bolts, charge fears, stuns, interrupts. Let's see how we go 5.4. But I think all in all, warriors are going to be strong. We're going to be okay. We're going to push forward. We're going to do a hell of a lot more damage. It just means we're more susceptible to the rest of our group doing the CCs, etc. But we'll see how all of that goes. My final thought is just wait for the more changes. Thing is, they're going to be a lot of changes susceptible to change. I think they're going to revert the nerf on fair because it's just too much. Warriors only have one CC, and I don't think it's really viable to make a warrior have no basic CC, because it just makes it harder for warriors in general. With that being said, I think we should be still okay. It just means we're going to have to tunnel more onto the target, do a lot more damage, see how it goes, give it our best, and we'll see what happens. So yeah guys, they were my thoughts for 5.4 PTR changes. A lot of it is subject to change, so don't take anything at the final consequences. I'm sure Blizzard will make a couple of changes before they actually release 5.4. It's not for a month or two, I'd say. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, remember to like the video. Maybe share your thoughts in the comments. What you feel, how the changes are going to be affected to warriors, how you feel you could perceive these changes as yourself as a warrior, or how you feel warriors are going to be affected in general whole. Let me know in the comments your thoughts guys, because I'd really like to know. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. This is Evylyn. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.